Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our 7th Sea Chronicle. I'm the Reverend Sarkhan, I'll be your storyteller this evening. Last we left off with our crew of heroes. We opened up at first light as they heard the warning bells from the town, and they could see a wall of black smoke that was akin to a fire on the far end of town. And when they went to investigate, they saw that the estate for the Van Throp family was actually attacked during the night. And while May and Frecky questioned one of the prisoners they had caught trying to get away with some treasure, Carlos went inside to check for any signs of survivors or things like that. They found out that the gentleman they had caught is part of an order called the Dragon's Flame. And he was very curt with them and was not a fan of May's last name. Inside the estate, Carlos found what looked to be a mangled sword of a fused metal with Draconizin that had a flute for draining blood that was actually a dispensary for lantern oil. It looked like the sword was something that could be set ablaze. And instead of a blacksmith mark, they actually found that it had a Vaticine cross, which Carlos recognized as something that probably was given as a gift to a high-ranking inquisitor. Frecky acquired a horse. He was sent to acquire either horses or passage up north, and he came back with a single horse. He was offered passage by one of the other drivers that would have taken them straight through the forest if they were so inclined, but he decided not to take that generous offer. May took Carlos to Berthold's bookshop, where they cross-referenced their notes with the information that Berthold had gathered during his time as a Hexen worker, and he gave them some advice, offered to ward May's house, and they picked up their stuff and they took off. And after a week of travel, they managed to get to Stutzung, where they finally bedded down in an actual bed for the evening. They woke up refreshed and stopped in at the small little portion of the town that's dedicated to Castillo, where Carlos managed to fill up his flask with some rum. And we left off with you about to go into the wilderness again on your way to, what is it, Strenberg? Starkbrunn.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see that there is a caravan of like merchants, like a merchant and some of his trading buddies leaving the same time that you're leaving. It's about a baker's dozen of people. They've got these two workhorses that are pulling a wagon, and you can see that some of the boxes are labeled rum or clothing or silks or things like that. Nothing major, and they're not keeping up with you, but they are, you know, at the edge of your vision, trailing behind you. But you do have company in case you want it.
Actually, I think we should slow down. Traveling in company is always a lot safer than traveling alone.
Yeah, I don't know how. Have we seen these merchants while we were in town?
They were loading up while you were in the Castilian tavern. So it looked like they were staying there. And they're speaking Castilian.
Ha ha! Yes, we should definitely slow down.
Oh, they're your people then.
Give me a moment. I turn around.
Mm-hmm.
I ride up to him, and in Castilian, I ask for who's the master of the caravan.
I look at May real quick and I'm like, this is gonna go bad. This could go bad really fast.
And you'll see that there is a gentleman that is not walking along with the rest of them. He's actually on his own horse, and he kind of trots up in front of the caravan, the little wagon. And he's, amigo, that would be me.
Caramelo.
And he nods.
I tell him I tell him that we're on our way. I forgot the name of the city again. I'm sorry.
It is tell you right now, Starkbrunn.
We're heading to Stockboon. Are you heading the same way?
Sí, hermano, we're going up to Heinzel.
Would you mind having some additional company for me and my friends? You know,
No.
traveling together is always safer than traveling alone.
Claro, it's the truth.
Excellent. Un minuto. I whistle. I can't whistle in real life, so
Yeah.
I whistle. And I wave to my friends, and I do this. Come.
Do his friends slow down?
I look at me.
I have a feeling I should have brought alcohol. Yeah, wine as well. I feel like we're in Castile all over again.
I warned the caravan master about the big puppy, and that he is fine, and he is safe, and he is well trained.
You want to train bad.
Yeah. But when you guys slow down and they catch up to you, you will be introduced to the wagon master. His name is Mateo Salazar de las Cruces.
So Mateo. Okay.
I think Mateo, that's as far as we're going with that.
Yeah, Matthew in English.
Yep. Mateo.
Yep.
I like it. Picasso.
Yep. But he's got a rapier that he's got dangling from a saddlebag. And who's got the highest notice? 2 for Carlos.
I have 2.
2 for Freggy. May has to. Okay. So all of you will notice. Yep.
I haven't told. I do tell the caravan master my entire name, including my last name.
Of course.
Right.
7 years later, he's finally done.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
The day has risen.
He doesn't have a name as long as my real name.
Yeah. But there's a glint of recognition when you tell him your name, and he kind of smiles and nods. But the leather, what's it called? The leather emblem that he has on the shoulder guard of his armor it's something that all of you have seen at some point in your lives, but you don't recognize it immediately. It just kind of lingers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But he travels with you, tells you about
as
how.
we're traveling, I make sure to introduce myself to all the people on the caravan.
Yep. And they're all quiet, pleasant. You know, they'll nod and wave and chime in here and there if they're called out, but otherwise they're just keeping their nose down and just trudging along. But you find out that there are merchants that have come up to Stutzung, that they're based out of did I not write down the city? That's
Oh no.
silly.
I came from the city of Gutentag.
No, they came from Castile.
Okay.
I just thought that I would
Buenos
have.
Aires, there you go.
No.
Colonia.
Barcino, there it is. Which Carlos will know is in the northern part. It is the closest city to the border of Eisen and Montaigne. It was one of the cities that the mountain used as a staging ground. So it's still like war torn.
Yeah, we just recently took it back.
Yep.
Okay.
From the war,
I
after
know
the war
I know
across.
which area you're talking about.
Yeah. And when he talks about it, there is this kind of sadness. But otherwise, you get to the first night, and you see them that they've all got a situation for setting up watches already.
At the campfire,
Mhm.
I'll actually take out the guitar and play some songs.
He'll pull out a guitar and sing a song as well.
Awesome.
He'll join you.
I want to ask which one of us has this ceremonial sword. It's okay.
I have it completely wrapped up like in cloth, hanging on Somra.
Yep.
I'm not walking around with that thing.
Yeah. It looks like
I
a
just wanted
mangled
to know how
oboe.
much.
Yeah, it looks like a mangled oboe.
Yeah.
It doesn't look anything like a weapon.
Is there still dragon icing on it though?
Yeah, it was made with a composite of steel and dragonizing.
Okay. Good to know. Writing that down.
But he explains that they've got a watch set up, so you guys can feel free to sleep the whole night away if you want.
No.
I'll stay up for the first watch.
Yep.
I guess I'll just make some pass the time. I'm gonna see about drinking with these guys, trying to get just go back with information, because that's something that we would always do when we're on the ship. So why not do that here?
No, for sure.
It helps pass the time.
Yeah.
So
wait a minute.
I guess whichever one, you can give me a name for one of the ones that's not Mateo.
Not Mateo, Fernando.
Fernando. Okay.
Yeah. He's
Fernando.
Yeah, he's like mid-20s, barely has any facial hair.
I take it. Is this your first trip here, Hernando?
No, Fernando, señor.
Oh, sorry. Please forgive me. I just learned Ison, and it's going to take me a while if I'm going to try to learn Castile. So Fernandez. Gotcha.
Fernando.
Fernando.
Yeah.
Oh, like food. I like that. I like Fernando.
I don't know which food it would be, my friend, but sure.
No, I mean you roll it up and put it inside the oven, or you put it inside the oven or an open flame, probably like a stove, that has some coals underneath it. It lightens up to become bread. That's usually so. Anyway, is this your first traveling with this group here?
Oh no, we have done many tours.
Oh, okay, and the tour is leading you where again?
To Heinzel.
Nice. Is that your last stop, or you guys are going to be there for a while, I imagine?
We will be there for some time, yes. And he kind of looks over at their leader. He's like, my master has some business with the Iron Print.
Oh. Would I know any information about the Iron Prince?
You know that there are 7 powerful, the most 7 powerful counties in Eisen have what's called an Iron Prince that leads it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're meeting royalty then.
Heinzel is probably the weakest of the 7.
So you're meeting royalty. That's
no. We would not refer to it as royalty. The king is royalty. And you see him cross himself.
I mean, but we called them the Iron Prince. Isn't that kind of so this is a word I just learned. Misnomer?
I do not know what that means, but I don't think it would be that. No.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I take it this is not your first time then to Hansel.
No, no.
And may I ask then, so why is it this particular city to meet the Iron Prince then? What are you exactly selling him?
We are trading him. He has recently opened up channels for metals that are close enough to Drakenisen.
Huh.
My ears perk up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It is
Oh,
the Smith calls it the composite, I think.
composite. As I say it just like that.
Yeah,
Composite.
correct.
Composite. Well, have you worked a lot with Dragonison, considering that you
No,
go through?
no. The Eisen are too stingy to share it.
Hmm.
They're very possessive of it.
Ah, but that's why you guys go for this composite, as you would say.
Correct. The composite is a mixture. It takes the impure Drakenisen and melts it, combines it with steel, iron.
Hmm.
Now, my brain starts going click, 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 click. It's just
He glances over at Sombra for a second, glances back at the guy.
The horse is totally blowing this case wide open as well.
Where is Horsey in all of this? Now that
I
how
mean,
is Horsey doing?
tied off with the other horses.
Okay.
By
Like,
the way,
it looks like he's struggling, right?
because I realize he's not really taking care of Horsey.
Yeah.
I brush down Horsey,
Okay.
even though he's a sad excuse for a horse.
Right.
Pobrecito, no te
Yeah.
trataron bien.
Nope. You can definitely see the age on Horsey.
Mhm.
He's maybe 3 or 4 years out from just being a circus attraction.
Or put out the stud.
Yeah.
Or
Nah,
blue.
he'll never be out the stud.
Petting zoo.
Mhm. Got you. So he says that. I see. So, mind you, did you happen to pass by? Trying to remember the city that May's from.
Mhm.
Where we were at before.
Did we ever establish what the town was?
We did not.
So we were in Gutentag. Did you ever pass by Gutentag?
No.
For those that
no.
don't know, Guten Tag means good morning in German.
Yeah. No. It is further south than and east than we were willing to travel.
Mm.
That is the territory
see.
of a different prince.
Oh, what's the name of that prince? Do you know?
I don't.
Prince Gutentag.
Perhaps.
I'll have to look it up for you later. I'll have to look it up for you.
All right, no worries. So, and what do you use the composite for?
For weapons.
So, like actual weapons for combat.
Yes.
I'm interested to learn more. I grab my flask and I actually pour the stout ale that I have and I pass it over to him in whatever cup I find.
Right.
Like even if the cup was full of something, I just go whoop.
Yep. And you see him in Castilian. He says a little prayer before drinking.
Ah. Okay. So I pour it to him. I cheer Prost and I cheers with him.
Oh. Sí. Prost. Claro. And he takes a sip of it and just makes that scrunchy face.
Mm. Oh, that'll put some lead on your pencil, sir. So yeah. So I'm interested because, and I actually take out the shield that I have, and this is not my first shield. Actually, well, technically it's my first that I ever had crafted for me. I had previous one to this one, um, and I always thought that maybe having Draconison would help enhance it, especially on the edges there, because I tend to throw this a lot. But
Why?
do you think maybe the composite that you're talking about would work?
I have never been one to throw a shield before. It is used for protection, not as a frisbee.
Oh, I see. So have you? Forgive me. I am Vestin, so sometimes I forget that you may not know some of our fighting styles. In fact, like how much is this? How much is the caravan moving?
It's kind of trudging along, like maybe between 9 and 12 miles an hour.
Yeah. So so if I like it, so it's steady. So I stick myself out of the caravan.
Well,
to
you stopped for the
look
night.
Oh, you stopped for the night.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
cool. So I look at the tree line. I try to find a tree in the tree line that's close enough by, and I go ahead to aim with the again, frisbee the son of a bitch over there to see if I can have it ricochet off and come back to me.
Okay. It hits the tree, and then it bounces to another tree, and then it just kind of clatters in front of you.
Well, you see, usually this will come to my hand.
He claps at you. That is impressive, sir. Those trees did not stand the chance.
Now imagine if they were people.
Yes. Imagine if they took this shield to their chest and then ran away with it. You have not thought this through, my friend, I think.
See, but that's why the idea is to refine it, like how I've had Tola. And then I stop for a moment and I think about that. Yeah, so this new shield, this shield, what I
Yes.
would like to do is actually make it a little more what's the word I'm looking for? It glides in the air, so to speak. So
That's what
this would
frisbees
mean
do.
having the rivets across it. I've had spikes, but it makes it stay in more of a steady motion. And it also allows for the idea of having it kick back to you, kind of like what a frisbee does.
I do not. Again, I do not know the Western ways. Maybe a chain is all you need. I fear that throwing your weapon at your enemy only makes your enemy stronger.
See, that's the key, is that you throw it,
right?
And by the time they think about whether or not they want to keep it, if they do happen to catch it, that's when my fist comes and I literally lift it up, and I go, that's when this boy comes in. Ha! And I go ahead and I pour myself. I don't even pour myself anything. I just start chugging from this. I'm like, and by the way, you have to catch up, Fernando. You have to catch up.
Yes.
Here, I just pour. I literally pour more in. I top off the cup that he's barely touching.
He's taking like a sip. Because
oh, come on.
If the whole point of your assault is to put your fist in their face, why don't you just run up and then put the shield in their face with your fist and then use your empty fist?
See, normally yes.
Yes.
I would say that could work. However,
correct.
You've obviously never seen me throw this at somebody. So
I saw you throw it at that tree, my friend.
And hopefully you never have to see it be used in actual action. I take it that you're very conventional in the ways of your combat, which I can understand.
I do not know if I should be insulted by your commentary.
Well, I mean, look, I have we've settled for the night. I could show you.
I do not wish to be hit by your shield, my friend. This will not go well for me.
Like you said, you could just catch it, and that would be at a disadvantage, of course.
No, I am not good at the catching the frisbees. I'm a tradesman.
Would you also happen to be a blacksmith or somebody that would be
No.
able to?
No,
Mhm.
that is hard work. I like working with numbers. It's easier, more relaxed.
Hmm.
And takes
I
another
see.
little sip.
Come on, I thought people from Castile had fire in their belly, and now you're sipping. What's going on here?
Yes, there is a difference between fire and magma, my friend.
I call over. I call over Carlos.
See, hermano.
Carlos.
And I walk over.
And I grab another cup. Again, somebody's random cup. I just grab it, toss it out. I go, I hand it over to Carlos. I go, here, show Fernando over here how Castile really does. How do you really drink? Here you go. This is something, and I believe we've had this before together the first time we met. So this is shouldn't be too bad for you.
I look at him and I say something like, para arriba, para abajo. I just take it.
It burns.
Oh. Yo.
See?
I give it back to him.
See?
Yes.
That's all you really need to do.
Yes. There is an old saying where I come from that to shoot the liquor is a disrespect to the distiller. To sip a liquor is to let your ancestors admire the taste with you. I do not wish to disrespect you, my friend, is all.
But
I understand.
I've discovered some liquors up here are just better. I even go into Castilian. Do you remember how your mother, tú te acuerdas, when your mother used to tell you, drink your medicine, get it over with?
Oh, yes, of course.
Same thing.
I will say that your culture, and I can understand how you would want to pay respects by sipping as a form of honoring the distiller that made that. However, in my land and everybody that I know, if you love something, you have an excess of it. And if sipping on your mug is not going to be...
You misunderstand. We will sip it. But we will go through 4 bottles in one night.
Oh,
But
let's
we'll enjoy it.
test that theory out. And then I start pouring.
But we will enjoy it.
Yep.
It's like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to rush your way through it. You want to enjoy every moment of it.
There it is. There's a sexist comment for the night.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for it.
As this little powwow was happening with Fernando, Mateo comes over to May, and he has a very soft wine and some tack, some jerky. Señorita, may I sit with you?
Yeah, if you'd like. I picked up some fresh bread before we left. Do you want a piece?
Oh, no. Your
No.
food, no disrespect, but is too heavily salted for my taste.
Oh, bread. I don't know how to say this in your language. Bread? It's not salted.
I will take a slice then, yes. Please, thank you.
And she'll kind of try and do a small slice for him. Not like, here's half.
Yeah, half the bread. Yeah, and he does hand you one
You
of
wanted some? There
the
you go.
skewers of jerky chicken that he has.
She'll thank him and try to figure out how to eat it.
Have you and your friends been traveling long? You are a strange motley of people.
We are at that, yeah. You are not wrong. The Weston and I have traveled quite a bit. Your brethren, you would say, he has recently joined us.
Oh,
He is he's very lively. I'm not accustomed to this.
exuberant is the word, I think.
Well, I don't wish to talk ill, so I say lively because it can be good as well at times.
Of course.
No disrespect to you or your people, of course, naturally. I'm not accustomed to what's the word in sorry, my English is a little bit bad at times. How do you say you have a vivacious of life that I am not used to.
Yes. We, the majority of us from Castile, do not know if tomorrow is a gift that we will get to see. And so we make our present the last tomorrow we will get.
I mean, that's valid. We don't see it that way, but I mean, it's valid. We're not used to it.
I have heard. I have traded with your people for some time.
Oh, good. So I don't have to explain a lot of my customs, huh?
No. Or the
good.
lack thereof.
Oh, the customs are there. It's just we are very subtle about it. Small gestures.
It is odd then, because I have never seen any of the holidays celebrated in your country.
Which holidays?
The Batacine holidays, of course.
Oh, well, you won't. Those are unfortunately done quietly and personally, depending on the person.
He crosses himself.
No. We take religion in a way that is how do you say, personal, very to myself.
And
Where I think
do you believe in the Prophet?
That's an excellent question. I've had, to say, very much a point in my life where everything failed. I know. I think it's more of, it's not if I believe, it's more of if other people believe, then that is what is important to them. Yeah?
I do not know how to take that comment.
Well, do you believe in the Prophet?
Of course, his words are...
Then it's sehr good. Then that is what matters, yeah?
But do you not find that by turning away from the Prophet and his teachings that you are leading a lackluster or insubstantial life?
No, I never said I turned away from anyone. I never said I turned away from any of the teachings.
It felt
It's
like
more the fact I have
that's
my
what you were
own-
saying.
I have my own understanding that may or may not be taken well by the church, because we are raised different than how you are in spiritual beliefs. We fought a war over it.
He laughs and he's like, next you will tell me that you are a Hexen worker.
The prophet and the God works in mysterious ways, and I am one that does not question.
And he narrows his eyes at you. You are not a hexen worker, are you? At least the devil's art.
Is that the devil's art because of what you believe, or the devil's art from what you've seen from surviving this country?
Both, I am afraid.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. What do you know about the monsters in the forest?
Exaggerations. Crazed men.
May I show you something?
He put his hand on his sword.
No, I will not. I am not doing anything to you, I promise you. She will simply take her gown and bring it down, just to show the shoulder. And he will see 4 large claw scars.
Hmm.
And then she will point to one of the rings on her finger. That was mine husband's. One night, a group of monsters, led by a head werewolf, killed mine mother, mine father, mine husband, and all 5 of mine children. I woke up 6 months later. I can assure you, what is in the forests
He
are real.
he points at Balto. With wolfhounds like that, I don't imagine that you could have easily mistaken one for this werewolf of yours.
No. The howls are different. The claws are different. The teeth are different. I have fought the undead, and I have fought other things. I can assure you that what you call the devil's work is not the devil's work. It saves people at times, and I'm a healer.
I will pray
But
for your
that's what you
soul.
want to know. If you wish to.
And
I have no qualms.
he whistles, and all of his troops kind of turn to look at him. And in Castilian, he'll say something, and everybody just kind of nods, and you see them start to separate from your group.
She never says that she was. She just says she
Mhm.
uses things. And she nods.
Yep.
She just nods her head and says, I understand. I'm not hurt.
I must look after my men, first and
I
foremost.
understand. You don't have to apologize for doing what you think is right.
No.
The question is that, in the end of it all, it will be on your conscience to think if it was right or not, because of your prejudice. And she'll get up, and she'll head around the cart to where Horsey is.
And right before he leaves, he goes, "The devil has many honeyed words." And he just walks away.
She just pets Horsey because right now that's the only friend she's got.
And Fernando does kind
Hey.
of put the cup in front of you. Is good evening, my friend.
Oh, sour sport. Swig it. Oop. Hey. All right.
And you see that they all kind of move away from your little trio.
What happened?
He talked to me.
I walk up to me. I'm like, everything okay? What happened? Lee Carlos is saying something, but I don't know what.
It
Yes, he
is
is
it
muted.
is spirited. He has been
Nope. Still. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Blah
yep,
blah blah blah.
ba, ba, ba,
Yes.
ba.
Yep.
Hand gestures.
Hand gestures.
Hold on. Something ragingly has
Oh my God! What did you
finished.
tell? What did you tell them? We've spoken. I never had that reaction to you before.
Hey, calm down. Calm down.
I'll be back. I'll go
Okay.
get our horses. I'll go get our horses from the group of horses and
Yeah.
bring it over.
I shouldn't have come.
But I don't understand. What could you have said that made him not want that? Now he's acting this way.
I didn't deny I was a Hexenwerker.
As I come back, I'm like, they don't like magic.
No
They
shite.
think it's the work of the devil.
No shite. That's why I didn't say I wasn't, but I didn't say I was not.
Wait, what? Wasn't or was not? Wait.
I didn't admit to what I was, but I didn't say that
deny,
I wasn't.
didn't confirm.
Exactly. So he thinks I'm a witch. Huh? I am, but at the same time, it is his own prejudice, and that is up to him. I'm sorry, Carlos. If you wish to go with him, it is up to you.
No. I'm with you.
Well, it's a
Okay.
good thing you found that out now. That way we don't have to deal with that sort. Plus,
No, most
They-
Castilians.
they're not.
Like
Yeah,
that.
plus
Angle
they're
I
not
had to talk
drinkers.
to quite a bit. Of course they're not. They do not take the tankard like you would in the northern part of Eisen.
Yeah, what is with this sipping bull? Like seriously, like sip? Really? The whole
No, I mean, if
idea
we have
is
to go
the whole idea
schnapps.
is
You understand? Rum sneaks up on you. You think you're fine until you take the wrong sip, and then you don't remember the rest of the evening.
No, Carlos, that's what they want.
No,
it sounds like your mother never it sounds like your mother never gave you whiskey inside of your baby
no,
bottle when you were young.
all the time. Every time I was sick, it was a little bit. Yes, every time with a raw egg in it. But
Raw egg.
what? You've never had it? Little bit of whiskey,
What?
raw egg.
The hell?
I'm going to
I'm
call the
so
bullshit
confused.
on this. I'm going to call it
Oh,
the
you
bullshit.
you
No,
think he's
actually,
the bullshit, yeah?
my mom actually did that to
Yeah.
me. Yes.
No. I mean, if somebody would have started young as you're supposed to, I would think that you would be able to handle the
I can
ale.
handle a
that I
lot.
give.
The thing is, rum sneaks up on you. You think you're doing absolutely fine. You think everything's under control. And then suddenly, it's not.
I grab
what they
his
want.
tankard. I grab the tankard that he has and literally down the whole entire rum. I go, we'll find out.
Oh, good.
That's really not that strong of rum, but okay.
This
Besides,
is where
there's
I die.
another
This is where I
thing from down
die.
south of Castile that you've never had before, which I will tell you, you must never cheat on it. It's called
What?
tequila.
Hmm.
You never, ever cheat on tequila.
I've never
So,
had
I
this
mean-
thing, so I don't know
You
about
stay
the does.
faithful to her the entire evening.
So just to
You
verify,
do not look at another drink.
Just to verify.
Frecky has drank all of Carlos's rum that he was
Thank you.
excited to get in the town before you left.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I'm
Thank you very
understanding?
much. I didn't even have a sip of it.
Oh,
Ay, Dios.
and I
Just making-
get
just
the
making
cup that I
sure.
had,
Just making sure.
and I pour out what was left inside the tankard. I go, here. I apologize. The next time we go and they have some fruity rum that you're talking this fruity rum, I'll make sure to get you some. I promise.
So, we set up our own little campfire.
Mhm.
And before we all turn down, I'll actually sing a song called Dos Estrellas No Me Esperen. It's a really sad, wistful song. And I translate it into I translate it into which language would be like this language that both of you would speak that I know of.
Well, we
I know,
both
what do you know?
Ison.
But how would this song sound in Ison? It would sound horrible.
It would sound morose. Yes.
Nah, it is morose. Okay, This is the description I wrote for it. It's a wistful, almost hopeful tune about the fleeting nature of adventure and love, how the world moves, and how the moves on, whether or not. How the world moves on, whether he lingers or not. The kind of song you play, staring up the stars, wondering where she might be.
Ironically enough,
Yeah,
that would be
that's-
like that would sound like a chipper German tune, actually.
It would actually.
That's weird, and it may would be like, what the fuck are you singing? I don't understand this.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll a panache and entertainment to see if I could on the fly translate it and mess around with my tune to make it work.
I mean, you don't need to roll.
I'm trying to become famous.
I know. But remember, the system doesn't have like superfluous rolls. It does, but it doesn't have superfluous rolls. Like, you can't just be like,
Oh, that's true.
I roll to see how drunk I am. It's like, that doesn't matter, bro. How drunk do you
That's
want to
true.
be?
Okay, well, I use my skill,
Yep.
and I try to, because I know Ison, I know some songs in Ison,
Mm-hmm.
so I try to translate it on the fly into Ison,
Yeah.
but keep the general feel of the song.
Yeah, you've got a wits of 3 and a perform of 1, so you're good. You're fine.
Okay, so yeah, I do it.
Yeah, and you'll hear as you start playing, Mateo starts to play a different song. It is one that Carlos recognizes. It is in Castilian, but it is called La Espada Divina, which is the divine blade. And it is a song about the strength that the prophet afforded his people in fighting off the Montaigne during the War of the Cross.
Okay.
Oh, that was one of my father's favorite songs. He loves
Yeah.
that song. He sings it all the time.
I mean, not everybody's perfect, I guess.
It's more of a fact that he wanted to talk religion with me, and I'm not religious.
No, it's okay. I understand.
No, I don't think it's okay. But at the same time, I'm not the one that's going to try and bring up and segregate people due to the fact of what they believe in. If you wish to believe in something, believe in it. I have no qualms with it. That he wanted to push the prophet, and I mean, look around. Look at what the war did to my country.
I understand.
And I'm sorry he's trying to now be what I call a Shashkov.
Well,
A shithead.
Oh, shit.
Our people have
Shashkov, yeah.
a
Stubbornness about you?
complicated relationship with anything that they don't understand.
Oh, I understand as well, because Angel decided to try and explain this to me because the first time he met me, I had to find the person that brought us here, and I had to cut out his tongue and eat it to find out how he died.
Enjoy that,
This
Carlos.
is the first time I hear this. It's the first time I hear this information.
Yeah.
I do the cross. As soon as he says that, I do it. I'm like, adios.
Oh. Okay, that's
Well,
a lot.
you guys turn down for the evening. I'll take first watch, and I'll wake you up a little while.
I'll take second.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Reiki, you can take third.
No, sure. I will try to stay up for the first watch, even though Carlos is doing it. I still want to stay up, and I'm more just focused on now this caravan of people and what. Oh, before we start taking our ships, I do want to bring up, because I know that Carlos and I heard it, but May did not.
Yeah.
So that I just want to also say that the item that Carlos found inside the house is actually a sword that's given to the Iron Princes here in Ison. And in fact, that's where this caravan is going to next, is to Hansel to trade in to get this composite, as he would say, of metal and draconison, which they normally use to create those swords. So I can only assume that whoever was inside that house that burnt down
Well,
the manor.
hold on. It's something doesn't make sense because the symbol of the Inquisition was on it, and Inquisitioners do not like anyone who like you.
You can just point to me. It's fine.
Fine, they don't like people who do
Magic.
crafty things. Magic, yes, that stuff.
She will again pull the thing and show
No,
Carlos.
I know.
No.
I know.
She'll just show and say, that is the reason why I do what I do.
Oh, I get it. I have never heard or seen shadows come out of the ground and attack you.
And I'll actually pull down, because I imagine there I have to have some kind of scar or something from the woman that touched me. I have to have something there.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
remnant.
Yeah, there's just like these 3 little ovular marks, like fingerprints, where the skin kind of fell into necrosis.
And so I'll show that, and I'll say, yeah, I was very skeptical about fairy tales and magic until a woman decided that she wanted to end my life. That took literally that in order to survive, it almost broke me for what I had to give up. So, yes, this is real. And yes, this is something that we should respect and also be careful of. But that does not mean that you need to cast aside someone so quickly like that.
I understand. I'm a little more.
I said good
Well,
night, and then I turn around, I'm like,
Okay, good night. As they're going to sleep, I'm playing my guitar softly. I'm working on a song that I've been working on for a while. So play it softly, and it almost turns into a little bit of a lullaby.
Okay.
I set up the. I take off the cloak that I not the cloak, but the actual, I guess the cloak that I normally wear, so I can have Balzo can sleep on it, because what I normally do, that's what I would normally do for him, since there's no hay around. But I'll actually call over Horsey as well. It's so that, because I don't know how cold it would be in Iceland. I imagine.
I mean, it's the end of summer, so it's kind of chilly. But the horse doesn't know what the fuck you're saying to it. You've had it a total of like a week and 2 days. It
That's
doesn't
true.
know what you're doing to it.
So I'll grab a carrot, and I'll just have and maneuver him towards where we're at, and try to like build to make it look like it's at least somewhat inviting.
Yeah.
To sleep in.
Once he finishes the carrot, he goes back to where he was hitched up.
Okay. Good for you, Horsey.
He's a strong, independent horse who don't need no man.
Apparently not. Knobby knees and all.
Yep.
But
the next morning, you'll be the one on watch when you see that all of them have woken up early and are setting up to go ahead of you.
Yeah, of course.
I actually have a song, but it's not really a song. It's more of a chant.
Mhm.
It's a chant from my land. It's a song. It's a song about vengeance, about somebody who has done your land or your people or the ones you love wrong, or have mistreated, and how you wish to rectify that. Whether it's, and since words are not something that we're used to, it's usually actions that speak for that. So, and it is made to sound like almost like a war chant, but since it's only me, it's literally just me, just you know, crashing the shield onto the ground to have that steady beat while I say that. And I'm just literally staring at Fernando, just Fernando himself.
Yep.
Fernando and then the other asshole. What's his name?
Mateo.
Yeah.
They don't even acknowledge you as they leave. They're just kind of like, if they're keeping their head down before, they are more than just kind of like buried into themselves, and they don't want to like invite anything that might have attached itself to the three of you into their lives. You've seen it before.
Yeah, it's called being disrespectful, you bastards.
Yep. But if you tell May about it, she will remember stories
I
of
probably
the
won't.
of the Schattenmann,
Mm.
the Shade Man.
She'll just look and watch them go. She won't do
I-
anything to him.
I start cooking. I actually cook us a little breakfast before we go because going on empty stomachs, sucks.
Mm.
She's just a little saddened that they chose this path, but not you guys, the other guys. But there's nothing that she can do to not be herself.
Mm-hmm.
Nor should you change that.
I wouldn't ask you to change to anybody.
No, you're very excited about it, so I'm sorry. It seems
It's fine. We'll meet other
crappy.
Castilians.
Oh, man, Castilians are assholes. Well, sorry. Most of them are assholes.
Not all Castile.
Not all Castile. Not all.
Not
of them.
all Castile.
Like, and I will be honest. Not all Vestin can drink. Not all of them can drink like I can.
True story.
It is a curse and a gift at the same time.
So after we have a little bit of a breakfast, we all get on horses and start going as we're traveling. That song that you guys heard me work on at night, because the caravan's ahead of us. So if anybody gets jumped, it's going to be them first.
Correct.
So I don't mind. So I'm actually riding along, working on this song, and you guys can tell that there's a part of it I just cannot get right.
Are you guys trying to catch up, or do you guys want to give them their space?
No, I keep them in eyes distant, like that I could see them in the distance.
Yep.
Yeah, I want it to be in the rear view. I know that I know they're not going to the same town that we are. Because I imagine what was it? They were going to
Heinzel. I mean, they still got to go up
Heinzel?
to Starkbrunn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, no, it's better that we have them in front of us at this point, so that if anything does come up, anything does happen, oh no,
Yeah.
something happened.
Wouldn't have happened to
No,
nicer
if something
people.
happened, I would go help.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Carlos has been tied up. Why? What happened,
Yeah.
Carlos?
You notice that they pull off to the side, and they notice that you're still kind of coming towards them as the sun is going down. So they press forward.
Oh,
Good.
if I see them doing this, we'll stop and let them stop, because at that point it'll be rude, and we'll keep doing this all night.
Yeah.
How are we rude?
Because they're gonna keep
You
going,
go
and then we're gonna
past
keep
them.
going, and then they're gonna keep going, and then we're gonna keep going. And I'd rather get some sleep tonight.
Oh my God, you've never slept in a caravan before?
No, I am comfortable to sleeping on a comfortable bed.
Oh, so you haven't traveled very much.
Yeah.
Understood.
I've traveled, but most of the time I've traveled, it's been by sea.
I say that we keep going until the horse, because the horses do need to stop at some point. We're not just gonna have them walk the whole night into the next day. So these are living creatures after all. So we can't really do
well,
that to them.
I wouldn't let you push Horsey that hard. I know how hard I could push Sombra. A Horsey can't get pushed that hard. Horsey's an old boy.
Horsey's an independent woman. You leave her out of
Who
this.
don't need no
Horsey's an
man.
old girl. She needs to be treated with respect. You need to pasarle mano.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Pass
it
the
just,
hand. Like you need to pass the hand.
Yeah, be gentle.
Look, I only have one.
It's in Spanish. It's a loving thing of pasarle mano. Like if your husband is really stressed out, tú la pasa en mano. You calm them down. Come on, baby, calm down. Like
Sure.
my wife says that all the time.
I only had 1 year of Spanish, my guy in high school.
Yeah, crash course.
So yeah. You know,
Crash course.
You have to be nice to Horsey.
Yeah. But
I mean, what makes you think I'm not nice to Horsey? This is the.
No,
this
I'm saying
is what
we can't
trying to
push
understand.
her that hard.
This is
Yeah. You
She's
gave it a whole
right.
carrot.
I agree with you. Like I don't understand why you're. I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah,
I don't understand either. Why are we arguing?
Yeah, you pull off to the side of the road, and you'll see that they continue a little bit further on. But once they see that you're not following, like they'll stop.
Okay.
Good. I'm gonna wait till they're asleep.
Oh no, you're not.
I said this in my head. So this.
But how are you guys gonna do your watches again? Same watch?
Yeah, I'll do the first watch. I'm
sounds
still
good.
working on this
No.
damn song that's evading me.
No, I kind of want to do first watch this time. I kind of feel like it. You guys can go to sleep. I'll take first watch.
Fine.
Just
I
waiting
go
for
up to
the second.
I go up to Balto, and I'm like, "Come here, mi niñito, mi niñito." And I start playing with
He pounces on top of you and just knocks you down to the floor.
Ah!
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't.
They're buddies
He's
now.
teething. He's teething. So just letting you know, if he
It's
bites
fine.
you, it's not because of any.
It's love. I know. I raised hounds back on the farm. I get it.
I look at May. I go, is this how I was with him when we first got him?
Yeah.
Okay, I see why.
And
I see why you didn't listen to me before.
There's an excited hop from Balto, as he understands that you're talking about him, and he kind of just looks at Frecky and he bounces up, but he brings both his paws straight down on Carlos's balls. Just full weight, bam, and then just licks his face.
Golf clap. Oh, I forgot to tell you, he has absolutely no regard for genitalia, and I apologize for that in advance.
None.
I must don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I fall asleep, I actually fall asleep leaning on Balto, playing the guitar.
Oh, he's got the
trying to figure out
zoomies.
this damn song.
He's got the zoomies for. He's got the zoomies for the next hours. Yeah. For the
Then I
next
grab a
hour.
stick and I'm throwing it.
Yeah. The
I
moment.
fight him a little bit.
Yeah. The moment that he chooses to destroy a nutsack, that is his zoomies.
Okay.
That is a
Maybe
clear
I
sign.
would just kind of curl up and fall asleep.
Deal with that. So I got to deal with that now.
Yeah.
While you
Well,
go
I
get
stay
to sleep,
up with you and I
deal
help
with.
you deal with it because I'm not gonna let you deal with that by yourself.
No, it's okay.
Like we throw a stick at each other and he runs back and forth for like 10 minutes until he's exhausted.
10 minutes. You guys got
We need
stamina.
we I get it. You're overzealous and I love the fact of how much you're enthusiastic about being with Balto. I will say that I would want you to have your strength just like you allowed me to have mine by taking the watch proper
Fine.
last night.
Actually, I have a question. Are there two trees just the right distance from each other?
Yes.
I go into my pack and I whip out a hammock. Click, clunk.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. You gave a spot. You gave an elevated area that Balto can jump in.
Correct.
Perfect.
Just wanted to let you know.
Correct. I was already there, my friend.
Excellent. He doesn't
Yeah, you say
understand.
excellent right now. You say
The
excellent now.
first time,
You say
the first time I had the hammock out here, Mocha had no idea what a hammock was like, and I'm lying in it, and Mocha jumps on it, and I went boom.
Yep.
Yep.
Art
Now
imitates
imagine
life.
that, but with your nutsack.
Yep.
Imagine that, but with your nutsack. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna invest money in a plate mail codpiece. Okay.
There you go. But yeah, what are you mischievously gonna do in your first watch? Because I feel like
No, he's
You're-
not gonna do anything. He's
you're
innocent.
no, I feel like you're not
Yeah,
gonna just stick around and stand guard.
You know, I like the idea of fetch. I like the idea of fetch. I start tossing it further and further from us and closer to their camp. Yeah. And I'll actually once I get halfway, as I'm as I'm outside of earshot
Mhm.
from their camp, I will then just signal Balto to go back and jump in the hammock with Carlos.
He does, and the hammock comes crashing down to the floor.
Ongyo!
Yeah. I have him deal with that. And
Yeah.
so yeah, kind of want to see how well I can sneak up and get close to this camp.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if we're going to start rolling. I don't know if this is going to be a
Um,
scene.
No. Do you have
I have no hide. I have 0 hide.
perfect. So
Perfect.
you're gonna get to that halfway point where Balto, like the furthest you could throw, and you're gonna get a little bit further out, and you'll see an arrow just land by your foot, and the shapes start to like move around the campfire. You can see that there's like 3 people with bows.
I pick up the stick. And then I also give a nice little gesture. And I turn around and I throw the stick back in that direction. In the direction of our camp. And I'll just start. I was trying to see if I could, because obviously it's not everybody that's awake. It's those 3 archers that are awake, right?
Those are the 3 that were moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the last time that you were sleeping with them, you know that Mateo was on the first watch.
Yeah, I'm just not like they throw that, they shoot that arrow, right? But before I start walking back, I want, because I always carry the shield with me. Gonna see if I can do the same thing to the close tree to mine and try to see if I can bounce it back to me.
Okay. If you're just going for the one tree, it kind of hits and thunks back towards you. It's a little wobbly, but you can catch it.
Yeah. And I wave it. I wave my shield at them while having the I'm just like, go fuck yourselves. And I just want to turn around. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
I guess I'm not a
diplomacy.
sneak. Yeah. Why would I need? But why? Why? Why do I need to be diplomatic of a group of people that feel already have a discrimination? Fuck them.
Right,
So,
bro. Right, exactly.
yeah. And why am I going to perpetuate this anymore? So I'm just going to go. Yeah. I mean, I was drinking. I'm not drunk, but I was drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, however, now that I'm in the midway point in between these 2 camps, and I actually want looking around in the surroundings as far as because we're in the forest, right?
You're outside the forest. There's a little patch between, like a road between some of the smaller forests.
Mm.
Like if you go to the picture of the route, you can see that there's forest to the northeast of you, but there's not really anything but plains and kind of grasslands to the other side, to the southwest version of you.
Mm.
Right, getting to Stutsung was the most forestral. Like coming out of this little area, you're gonna see a lot more lowlands and plains and kind of tall grass until you get to the mountains.
So yeah, so we're not having to worry about being in the forest, so to speak. Then
No, like there's trees off the road, but there's not like a Walder, a Valder.
Mm.
But there's still some trees until you get to like about the third or fourth day. Then you'll start to see less and less of the trees.
Mm-hmm. Got you. We don't hear any howling or anything like that, right?
Nope.
Copy that. Yeah. As I'm walking back, I'll just start grabbing branches and just placing them in certain areas, and as I'm walking, just so that in case they happen to want to do what I did, I want to be able to, if we hear any twigs snap, that'll at least give us some kind of
Yeah, of course.
of a notice.
I get you.
Well, I'll sit back, and I'll grab the whetstone and just start grinding up against the edge of the shield.
Yep. So your watch goes by uneventful. May's watch goes by uneventful, and Carlos's watch goes by uneventful.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do they have this group happen to get up early and leave before his watch started, Carlos's watch?
No, you actually notice that they haven't moved. The wagon is still there. The horses are still off to the side.
I will say for May's watch, she doesn't react, stays by her campfire, but she will take a small little knife and any sticks that are around, she'll just whittle slowly into small little steaks.
Okay.
And she'll be humming ice and lullabies. And by the end of her watch, there will be 5 small little wooden stakes.
Okay.
Mm.
As the sun starts to come up, I will start making breakfast.
Yep.
So they start to wake up to smelling of something.
Yeah. Yeah. And all of you will notice that there's just this little tendril, this kind of snake of gray smoke from the campfire at the with the traders and the merchants. There's no activity though. There's nothing moving over there.
I pull out, because I picked this up on one of the trips I did on the ship,
Yeah.
a little spyglass. And I look.
The carriage is completely empty.
Shit! I get up and I start moving in that direction.
Yep.
Okay.
You see, I
wake, right?
shit,
Okay, we're
and I
awake.
start walking. And as I walk by Sombra, I pull a flintlock.
Ooh. Gun time.
I just pull it right out of the saddlebag and I keep walking.
Okay. What are May and Frankie doing?
Oh no, I gotta.
Waking up.
Yeah. Like he doesn't alert anybody. I'm just like
No. You guys heard me say at the top of my lung, shit! And I get up and I start walking.
Because I'm waking up and you're like already gone, and I'm just like, the fuck?
Yep.
Okay.
You know, I like he's walking towards that camp over there. He goes, okay, finally he came to his senses. We're gonna start something now. Get up
Nice,
there.
don't sing, Frankie. Flank him.
I'm
But
already gone.
Oh, well,
Already
May will
gone.
stay
I'm already
by the camp because she already knows how they feel about her. She's not gonna go anywhere close.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So Frankie and Carlos will arrive, and you'll see that it looks like the front wheels of the wagons were damaged, forcibly damaged. The hitch has been damaged. You can see what looks like signs of struggle, and there's a boot full of dirt that's been thrown over the campfire.
I
go,
want to go ahead.
Caballeros! Like really, like a whisper, but like a louder whisper, like Caballeros, hello.
What are you saying?
Projected
Okay.
whisper.
Yeah.
Projected whisper.
Stage whisper.
Yeah, like you know what I mean, one of those. Like,
Yeah.
Caballeros.
What were you gonna say, Kenny?
No, I was gonna say is I want to see footprints. Obviously, I know how many people there were, but
Mhm.
I just want to see if there's any. It looks like, as you said, it was forcibly done. So I want to see if I can tell by tracking if there was how many there were, and if what direction they went into.
With your notice, you'll see that there's a bunch of footprints coming in and out of the forest. The little copse of trees that are nearby. It looks like whatever happened. Like in the interim of just that shifting between dark and light, because the footprints don't look faded. They look kind of fresh.
And I did hear a thing when I was starting to cook breakfast.
No. Nothing during May's watch, nothing during your watch.
Okay, as I'm looking around,
Mhm.
and I see the tracks going off into the forest, do I see any other weapons lying around, flintlocks or anything?
No. You see drag marks like people were dragged.
Okay, I look, it hurt her, and I wave to you to come over.
She'll get up and slowly walk towards the camp because she doesn't know that people are gone.
Right.
Yeah, I
I
get it.
whistle for Balto.
Correct. And he
I
comes
whistle.
rushing over.
Yep. The boot that's in the campfire. I want to see if I can have him. I'm gonna try to use him like a bloodhound. See if he can recognize the smell.
He thinks
idea.
it's game time, so he just kind of like starts to toss it up and catch it in his mouth.
All right. Well, this is. I
That's
forget he's not a bloodhound. I forget he's not a
I
bloodhound.
did a little bit of hunting back in Castile. I might be able to.
You will hear a gunshot. From the forest line, and you'll see shapes come rushing out. Could May take 1 dramatic wound and 3 regular wounds?
Wow, why? What the fuck?
Yep.
What?
What happened?
A blunderbuss just went off.
On her?
Yep. And you see
what the fuck?
just this mass of cloth and blood just shoot out from her side.
So one dramatic wound and 3 soft wounds?
3 regular wounds, yeah.
I will bolt in the direction of the gun blast.
Okay. But you see shapes coming out of the forest line, so we are going into an action sequence.
I'm wounded.
Because I'm about to tackle whoever's coming towards us.
Yeah, right?
No, we use real dice in this game.
Use real dice. So what is everybody's approach gonna be?
Oh fuck!
I'm gonna kill things. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Real
right.
quick before we start rolling, I have
Yeah.
2 dramatic wounds from the last session. Have those already healed up or no?
May would have
Sure.
done.
It's been
May
more
would have
than a
healed
week.
you.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. There's a reason why I asked.
Yeah, no, I
And
know
I
what
won,
you're,
I
I know
was
what you're gonna
wondering.
do. I know it's
Like a
been over a week,
Pokeball.
so you guys have definitely healed.
So I
I
will.
didn't do anything.
As soon as I see the motherfucker with the blunderbuss that shot my friend, I'm shooting them with my flintlock.
Okay. So you're looking to shoot, so that's gonna be an aim.
I'm not really good at aiming, but you know, it is what it is.
So that'll be aim and finesse.
Yep.
Frankie, what's your approach going to be for this round?
Well, I'm going towards, like, I am now just at this point. I saw visibly that May got shot,
Mhm.
so I'm pretty much seeing red.
Okay.
In fact, you know what? I'm gonna have fun with this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use, I believe it's called Berserk.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I want to earn a hero point. I'm gonna let the game master choose what my next action's gonna be.
Perfect.
Nice.
Gotcha. So roll me a 5 dice, 6, because it's the first time you're using that skill. So remember
What's
Here,
to,
you gonna tell me what the skills are?
yeah, remember, no, not at all. Remember to add 1 die to your roll, Pete.
I love that. Nope, not at all. No.
Remember to add 1 die to your
Yeah.
roll, Pete, for your first time using aim in a scene.
What's the
Yep.
What's the combat page? Do you guys remember? I'm trying to look for it right now. There was
What do you need to look for?
trying to see what I can do, or can I do anything, or am I wounded and it doesn't matter?
Now, well, you're wounded 1. You got 1 dramatic wound. So what that does is that it gives you a +1 bonus die to all your risks. So you got the +1 from that, and you got 1 more because it's going to be the first time you use whatever skill you want to use this round for your approach.
Do I see the bitch that shot me?
You can see the shadow of them in the forest line.
I'm going to take one of my smaller throwing axes and throw it at the bitch.
Okay.
Cause fuck you. This is a good ass dress.
So that'll be aim and brawn for you. So you've got whatever that is in dice, +1 for your wound, and +1 because it's the first time you're using aim.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So how many sets of 10s do you have, Ricky?
So I rolled 2 10s.
Okay, so that's 2 risks, 2 raises,
Yeah. A 7 and a 5,
a 3rd raise.
and then I have a 5 and a 1 left over.
Do you want to sell either of those 5 and the 1?
And what do I get out of that?
You get hero points. 1 per die sold.
I'll sell you the 1.
Well, it's in the highest to lowest.
Oh, then
Just
fuck
your-
off.
Okay.
Then fuck off.
All right. Carlos, what did you get? How many raises are we looking at?
Yeah, he's talking a lot. What's going on
Yeah,
here?
it's a real shame.
Okay, so if I remember, it's only 2 dice you can add together to make a raise.
No,
right?
you
cannot add three.
you can do as many dice as you need to get that raise.
Yeah, but you can't split the value of a dice between.
You cannot split the die. The die is whole.
Okay, so I got 1 actual 10.
Okay, that's
And
1
then
raise.
I got 3 raises, and I have no dice left over.
Well, what are your raises? Make sure that you're doing it correctly.
Okay. So I have a 10.
That's 1.
That's 1. Then I have an 8 and a 9,
Okay.
and then I have a 9 and a 7.
Yeah. That's 3 raises.
Yep.
Damn, that sucks.
He wanted to buy dice.
Well, no, I wanted to see if you actually could pull. I'm always gonna try to get you to get the most raises, the most bang for your buck.
Oh, I get it.
But yeah, usually when I help you get the most bang for your buck, you do end up with leftover dice.
Okay.
So, how many raises did May get?
I got a 9 and a 2.
So that's 1 raise.
I got a 7 and a 9.
Second
and a 5
raise.
and a 6.
Yeah. Again, not
I'm
great.
sorry.
Not great
good
division. Wow. So everybody has 3 raises, except for the villain in the scene who got 4. So they go first.
Good.
So you will see that there is this mob of what looks like bandits. They've got the black cloth over what looks to be dyed black leather armor, the bandit mask over covering the bottom half of their faces, and they have crude kind of long swords. But they come rushing out as a brute squad. So Frecky and Carlos will have to deal with the brute squad. May will have to contend with their leader, who has kind of a red scarf wrapped around his neck, and he comes rushing out with a rapier and will use his first raise to stab you, bringing him to 3. That's going to do 2 more wounds. Now, between May, Carlos, and Frecky, who would like to act first?
I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. It's not me, Frecky, that's gonna be acting.
Correct.
It will be the game master. So
Correct.
we may want him to go first just to see what his idea is before everybody else acts.
Fair enough. Go ahead. Oh my god. Hippo attack.
Yep. Okay. Then I will use all of Frecky's raises to
Of course you are.
throw yourself at the brute squad.
Brawn and brawl is what you did.
Yeah, brawn and brawl.
I knew it.
So it's gonna bring them down to 9. And you will see
Stop barking.
frothing at the
Stop
mouth.
barking out loud.
Frecky just throws himself in, grabs one guy's head, grabs another person's head, and just brings them crashing together. And then just Sparta kicks a third bandit, and they go flying, and their back just hits a tree.
I love you too.
I
love you too, baby.
So
I love you
May and Carlos, which one of you wants to go first between the 2 of you?
I have no more snacks.
Yeah, you don't got no more snacks, but
I mean, that's what I was fighting for snacks. Fuck you.
yeah, for real, bro.
Snacks. I know. I said it with a Chicago accent.
Snacks. I'm a snack.
Oh, well, I'm not holy, apparently.
I'm not.
Being funny enough that she's wearing a red headscarf, which I find hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm going to try and defend myself against this asshole now.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Block his shots if possible, and if I can,
that would change your approach, because you were gonna throw your axes.
I was going to throw until I got stabbed. There was a slight difference in plan.
It happens.
Yeah, I know. So I will not throw now. I will turn around and try and use my axes, my actual axes, and try and carve through this asshole.
Okay. It will cost you an extra raise to do your action because you are changing your approach.
That's fine.
So just know that. Your first raise for this will cost you 2 instead of 1.
I only have 3.
Right. So do you want to use just your 1 to do 1 point of damage?
What if I use 2?
You will do 2 points of damage.
Okay, let's do that.
That'll
Because
leave you with
asshole,
0 raises.
it is what it is.
Okay.
I'm already wounded.
You got it. So 1, 2 points of damage. Okay. What does it look like when you swing your axe into this guy?
She was always taught close combat.
Mm-hmm.
And when she swings, she is swinging from the hip to keep her internal organs protected and safe. But at the same time, she's going for the jab shots of his kidneys, his liver, somewhere where he's not protecting himself, where I can get into the jab shots to just kind of cleave right into him. And kind of like as I'm pulling the axes out, I'm scooping something out, or I'm kind of cutting something off.
Carlos.
Mhm.
You've got 3 raises. What do you want to do?
Well, I saw he has a rapier.
Mm-hmm.
So automatically, I'm assuming he's Castilian.
All the people use
Because
rapiers.
it's not a
Yeah.
small sword. He's either
Montaigne.
Castilian or Verdachi. One or the other.
Or Montaigne. Montaigne also use
Or
rapiers.
Montaigne. I say, and I would say it in Castilian because that's my language.
Mhm.
Oye, cobarde, ven y baila conmigo. And I shoot him.
Okay.
And by the way, I'm using the tower, my hubris.
Oh.
I'm looking down at him with disdain or contempt.
Okay.
Bitch, you attacked her when I'm here? Let's go.
Okay.
And I use all 3 raises with the gun.
Okay. So that's gonna do 1 dramatic wound and 2 extra wounds. Okay. Well. So you get yourself an extra hero point.
Mm-hmm.
Was shooting gonna be your approach?
Yeah, shooting was my approach the entire time.
Okay.
I said I was going to shoot it at the one that
Yes,
came, that
because
shot
you
at
were
her.
talking about your aim being low. Correct.
Yeah, my aim's only a 1, bro.
Okay. His turn. He will stab me again.
I'm trying.
So he does 4 points of damage. So that puts you at 2 dramatic wounds. 8
Okay, 'cause
regular
I'm
wounds.
Oh, 8 regular wounds? Okay.
Yeah, and 2 dramatic wounds.
Sure.
Now villains gain +2 dice.
Yay!
Hey, thank you for that.
Okay.
So that's his go. And now the Brute Squad attacks. Let's do all 9 on Frecky.
Nine.
So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th one is your dramatic wound. 6, 7, 8, 9. That puts you at 8 regular wounds, 1 dramatic wound.
Only 1?
Only 1. You were 1 away from getting that second one.
You know, you would think that I kind of wish I would have kept my dramatic wounds from the last one.
Yeah, the two-edged sword, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I would love to get 4 bonus dice for this guy's attack roll. because I've been rolling garbage.
Oh, yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do.
You bet I do. But what is
Yeah,
gonna be?
because you're known for the freaking brute squad, so why not? You know.
Yeah. You know what? Since you gave me a danger point, I'm gonna use it. Oh wait, nobody sold me dice, so I'd be using for my pool.
Nope.
Damn.
Correct.
I will use it. I'll use it anyway. So for this round, raises will count as 15 or higher, not 10s.
Oh, that's what he did.
That's what I'm doing for a danger point. Yeah.
Ooh.
So what is going to be your?
So if you roll a nat 10, it doesn't count as one raise.
It is not one raise. You need 5 more. So what are going to be? What's going to be your approaches? Frankie did brawl last one, so if you do it again, you won't get the +1.
What I want to do is, given the amount of strength and how much I took from these from this brute squad,
Mhm.
I'm actually trying to. I guess the idea that I'm coming by is that, given that I've taken essentially their best shot, and they're going to continue to. The way that I would word it is, you can continue to go at me, but you'll notice that there'll be less and less hits coming from you, since there'll be less and less of you to be around.
Mhm.
So I propose that you just leave now before you all meet an early end. That's
Yeah.
essentially. So
Sounds like you're intimidating them.
yes, I am.
Okay. So it's going to be intimidate plus brawn.
I like that. And since I've used this is the first time using intimidate, that'll be an extra die. Correct?
You get an extra die, and because you are wounded, you have 1 dramatic wound. You get an extra die on top of that.
So that's 8 die. Yeah. Let's do it.
Carlos, what's going to be your approach for this round? You used aim, so you won't get any bonus for using it, and you love.
Don't forget to unmute.
Yeah.
I'm running into melee,
Okay.
drawing my rapier, and as I draw my rapier and I get close, I tell, "Stop it, mommy." I go, "Stop swinging and dance with me." I give her a hero point. She adds 3 dice to her next roll.
Okay, so you're using one of your hero points to help her.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, so that's gonna be a weaponry and finesse.
Yes. And I'm using my duelist technique.
Okay, well, it's 1 extra die because you haven't used weaponry.
Uh-huh.
That's gonna be 7.
Okay. Yep.
All right, and what's May's approach gonna be? You get 3 more dice.
Stop,
Well,
mommy.
I love that you gave me 2 dramatic points. Or two dramatic wounds.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to pull the I won't die here.
Oh.
I will spend a hero point to ignore all negative effects from dramatic wounds for the round. The villain does not gain bonus dice if you have 2 dramatic wounds, and you do not become helpless at 4 dramatic wounds.
Okay.
On top of that, you've unlocked my La Sombra card, and I will use my hubris of Coins Ferryman Relentless.
Oh.
Oh. What does that do?
Yeah.
I receive a hero point when I refuse to leave well enough alone or quit while I'm ahead, and it will get me into trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm using this right now.
Yeah, that wouldn't count.
That's fine. I'm just saying she's relentless now.
She is relentless, but that just the way it's worded, you're already in the shit. So you are not.
That's fine.
You don't have the option to leave well enough alone. Like, you are in the well.
That's fine. I'm just saying she is acting on her hubris. If I don't get the hero point, that's fine. I don't care. But she's now enacted.
What was the other thing you were using?
I won't die here. Oh no. I won't die here. It is one of my advantages.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I see you have activated my trap card.
Yeah, Karibo in defense mode. So So you get to spend a hero point to ignore all negative effects. Okay, that's what just want to make sure that it wasn't all the effects of the wounds, but it's a negative one. So that's pretty good. So
And
you
the
still get
villain does
+1.
not gain bonus dice.
Yep. So you'll still get the +1 because that is a bonus, not a negative. And what was going to be your approach this time?
I have to switch up weaponry, so I'm not going to use the axe. I'm going to use my sword. And I'm not going to just hack at him.
It's still weaponry, just so you're aware.
It's still weaponry.
Yeah. Your last round was aim. You had to switch approaches from aim. So if you use weaponry, it will count as not being used yet.
Okay, then you know what? Fuck it. I'll aim a throwing axe at his head, and I'm going to try and move away from him.
Right. Yeah, I don't think you're understanding me. You used aim in the first round. So if you use aim, again, you will not get a bonus point.
Okay, well then help me, storyteller.
If you use weaponry, if you use weaponry, you will get the bonus because you haven't used weaponry. Even though you had to change your approach, you paid for it by increasing the raises. So when you get a bonus to something, it's if that was your initial approach.
Okay, so then if I'm using weaponry now,
you'll get a +1 to it because you haven't used it yet. And you get another +1 because you have 1 dramatic wound, and you'll get +3 from Pete's use of his hero points to help you.
Okay.
So
then we'll do that.
If you're gonna go with the axe, it's gonna be brawn and weaponry.
Brawn and weaponry. Okay. 2 and 3. Got it.
So, Frankie, what did you roll?
So, I got 110 and a 9.
Okay. Are you using that for one raise?
That would be for one raise, right? Yeah.
Okay.
7 and an 8.
Okay, that's the second raise.
Then 2 9s.
Okay, third raise.
And then a 9 and a 6.
Yeah, 4 raises. Okay. Yeah, that would have been dangerous if I had let you at 10.
Oh man, I wish he did.
That would have been no bueno for me, my friend. Man, that's terrible.
Actually, no. I think it would have been the same though.
No.
Yeah, because there would have been no other way to reconfigure that. It would have been the same, I think.
Okay.
Well,
Carlos, how many raises? What do your die look like? Yeah, Carlos.
Okay, so I got 10 and a 5.
Okay, 1.
A 10, a 4, and a 1.
2.
A 9, a 4, and a 4.
3. Nothing left over?
No.
Why do you sound so offended, bro?
Because I'm not selling any of my damn dice, sir.
That's crazy. May, what do your dice look like?
I let you act as me, so
there. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You're a good guy. I don't care what people say about you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a 1, a 4, a 5, and a 3. I'll let you do the math on that one.
1, 4, 5, and 5 is 10, and 3 is 13.
That's fine. Then I've got an 8 and 7.
You're missing 2 points.
There. I don't have willpower to re-roll dice, so.
Right, I'm just saying. So you got a 13 off to the side. You said you had 8 and a 7, so that's 1 raise.
A 0 and a 6.
Second raise.
And 2 zeros.
Oh.
Holy.
Hey.
So you said.
I had dice.
You said you had a 1 and a 4?
A 1, a 4, a 5, and a 3.
Yeah. So you. And that's on to the side. Why didn't you just use the 5 and the 1 and the 4 with the 2 10s?
I'm not getting paid to math tonight. I'm sorry. I'm telling you the numbers. I'm letting you math.
Okay.
The math isn't
math.
mathing.
It would be 4 raises and it would have a 5 left over.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. I can't math. I put the easiest ones together.
Now, the question that Will's going to ask, do you want to give up that 5?
Nope.
Yeah, she's not going to get up.
No, I learned. Plus, I'm at 2 dramatic wounds, my guy.
Yeah, bro.
Only 2?
Yeah,
I'm
only
at 2
2.
dramatic words and 8
Amateur.
wounds.
Those are low numbers. You gotta pump up those numbers.
Those are rookie numbers.
I'm not that. I'm
Rookie numbers.
squishy. I'm like mage. I squishy.
Okay. So Frecky and May both got 4 raises. So did the bandit captain. And villains go last. So between May and Frecky, who wants to go first?
Frecky, please, by all means.
Well, yeah, let's see what happens. I'll use all 4 of my raises to see. Well, how much would you consider me having to use in order to be able to significantly bring down these numbers of the brute squad, like just by sheer stricken of terror?
There is no bargaining. Okay, the system is not built for bargaining. Every raise you throw at an enemy does 1 point of damage. Period. Unless you have some kind of shenanigans like a fencer does, you are 1 for 1ing.
Cool. So I'll use all 4 then.
There's no like, how can I take a tree trunk and break this guy's legs? It's like, how many raises do you want to throw at the guy? That's as simple as it gets.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that like how big of a difficulty of raises would it be, depending on how. Okay.
No.
So
you can either use your raises for damage, or you can use your raises to avoid being damaged.
Okay, so I'll make 4 of them pee their pants. Yep.
Okay. All 4. So what do you do to these 4 people, bro? These poor saps who have no idea what they've unleashed on themselves.
I when they have attacked me, because it's all 9. So I imagine this barrage came in.
Brute squads don't separate. They believe in the 1 golem rule. You bring down 1 person, and that's your target.
So since they've all since I had this barrage, since I had this barrage on me, I literally will just I imagine it's a lot of slashing and stabbing. So I'll go ahead and I'll pass my hand across my face that's probably bleeding. And I'll just cover myself with the rest of it. And I go, you're going to have to do a lot better than that if you think this is going to end the way you think it is. And then I literally will just, oh my God, what is that thing Henry Cavill does where he
the arm blocking? Yeah.
Where he's like, where he's just like acting like, he's like, I don't know, like,
racking the arms.
He's loading his guns. He's like,
he's racking his guns. Yeah, he's racking his shotgun.
Hey, Mom, he's doing the death blow.
Yep. Yeah, and
I just raise my hands, just ready to go, and not even hit them, but just the sheer thought of me hitting them.
Yeah, and 4 of them just fucking fall over, and they scramble back into the forest. Gone. All right, so that brings us to May. You and then the villain. Carlos has joined you though, so you're not alone anymore.
Yay! I don't dance. I'm not very good at it, so I wouldn't know what to do in his dancing move thing.
Yeah.
But she's going to do what she can to run this bitch through.
Okay.
If she can get to any vital organs or his heart, preferably, she will attempt to do that.
So how many raises do you want to do for damage?
Let's go 3. I'll say 1 for, because I don't know if I'm going to need it or not, to dodge, if possible.
Okay. So 3 points. 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, let's use all of my raises. So that's gonna be 5 points of damage to May.
Okay, I'm at 8 wounds, so that puts me to 13 and
so that does. So you're at 8 and 2.
Can I
Right.
use one of my raises to like parry as I come in? Because I'm using a weapon and I'm attacking.
You're not attacking. That's a defensive move.
Okay, never mind then.
So that would ruin your approach.
I got it. I got it.
So you got 8 and 2. So you're taking another 5. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, that would be 4 more regular wounds and your 3rd dramatic wound.
So I'm at 12 wounds and 3 dramatic.
Yes.
Though I will state I do not become helpless at the 4th dramatic wound. So
During this scene.
I know.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah.
Look.
Once the scene is over, though,
That's fine.
You will collapse.
Look, I'm already in a whole lot of hurt.
Yeah. But your tents explode now.
Oh, nice. Thanks. That's fantastic.
Yeah. That's where everybody wants to be. It's when the tents explode.
No, not really.
So that brings us to Carlos. Carlos, you have 3 raises you can throw at this guy.
So I when I come in, I literally impose myself and I make it almost like a dance move between me and her, him and her.
Yeah.
And my blade comes up and I do an Elena Rus.
Ooh.
So he takes I'm going to use one of my successes and he also takes my panache and damage.
Okay. So 1 raise.
Because I don't know how many raises that motherfucker has left.
Right. I'll tell you he has none left. So.
Okay.
But 1 plus your panache of 3 is 4 points of damage for 1 raise. That kills him. He collapses.
I drop my rapier, I turn around, and I check her.
Yep.
Yeah, I see you bleeding all over the place, and I'm like, Mamma mia, ay Dios, ay coño.
I'm not bleeding all over the place. My corset is keeping everything intact. Thank you very much.
Your corset is in tatters. It got shot with a blunderbuss.
Reggie, take another 5 points of damage, Reggie.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, just for you.
So that's a 2nd dramatic wound.
Yeah, I mean, there's no villains anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the perfect time to get to 2 dramatic wounds. All right, new round. What is everybody's approach going to be?
I will literally yell out, "Please worry about her. I got this," and that is it.
I yell out, Sombra. And Sombra charges at me at full speed. I'm going to grab, leap up, and I'm going to literally run the horse right through the mob.
Okay. So that seems like a riding check for you. So what's May's approach to this round?
You're staying here.
Is the man dead? Is the villain dead?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's dead. He had 3 wounds left, and Carlos did 5.
May's gonna take her gun and shoot him in the head.
Okay.
No, but we need to know who he is. Now it's a. Oh.
Yep.
He's dead.
He's dead.
No. Side of the head. It doesn't really fucking matter.
Oh.
I want to make sure he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Put the blunderbuss inside his mouth, just in case.
No, I just want to make sure he's dead.
Okay. So, Frankie, what's going to be your approach?
Not much, just smashing skulls at this point.
So, Brawl again?
Yeah, I mean, what? I'm not really gonna try to. No. These deserve to die. Yes.
I will remind you that if you use your shield, it is a weaponry roll.
Oh, you're right.
You haven't used weaponry.
You're right. I like your style. I'll go ahead and I'll do that.
All right. So weaponry, brawn, plus 1
But
die.
The idea is that sorry to interrupt.
No, go.
The idea is I want to maim one kill the others. That's the idea I'm trying to go for.
Sure. So it'll be weaponry plus brawn plus 1 die for not having used weaponry before, and plus 1 die for your first dramatic wound. Carlos, it's gonna be ride plus resolve.
Really?
I think. Yeah. You haven't used ride, so it gets a plus 1.
Is this still a 15 that I have to roll?
No,
for raises?
No, I'm not gonna use another danger point. I used a danger point to see if I could survive an extra round. I did not. So you're looking for 10s again, guys.
Yep. I got 3 successes.
3
raises.
3 raises? Would you
I got a 10.
Okay.
I got 10. I got an 8 and a 2.
Okay, that's 2.
And I got a 9 and a 7.
Yeah. Nothing left over either. Son of a bitch. What did Frankie get?
What am I rolling?
Nothing. If you're not gonna do anything, you don't have to roll anything. He's dead, so
You're holding in your guts, trying to stop the bleeding.
Yeah. He's dead, so there's no defense that to stop you from just shooting him.
Okay. 9 and an 8.
Okay, that's 1.
6 and a 4.
That's 2.
A 9 and a 1.
3.
And then I have a 7 and a 2 that make a 9.
Do you want to sell any of those?
What do I get out of it again if I do?
You get a hero point for each die you sell.
I'll sell you one.
Okay, so I buy your 7. Thank you.
Greater.
Cool. So I'm going to use that hero point, and I'm going to go ahead and use. Let me see, where is it at? I'm taking you with me and spend the hero point so that all damage that I do this round is increased by the number of dramatic wounds I have.
Okay. You alone, single-handedly, take out the brute squad as Carlos kind of comes riding up.
The idea was to try to keep one alive.
Oh.
If possible. That's why I said maim, not kill. Kill 4, maim 1.
He did say that.
Okay. You have enough raises to cover the change in approach, because you normally want to just get rid of the brute squad. So, yeah, you'll get rid of 4, and then you'll keep 1 who just collapses.
And I will drag this the one that's alive. I will that is still alive. I will drag him behind me as I go back to Carlos, and May I go May.
You hear
May,
her. You hear her voice. You hear her voice as you're dragging her. Please don't hurt me. I was just following orders.
Mm-hmm. All right.
She slowly,
I'm just
ever
checking on
so
May.
slowly, walks over to you
I'm
guys.
just going to check on May.
She's taken her veil now, wrapped it around her body to stop as much of the bleeding as she can, but she will slowly hobble over.
Yeah.
I will grab. I will grab this remaining brute squad member. I'll grab him by the scruff of the shirt in the back, and I'll literally hold him up like almost like a puppet.
She's
first
screaming.
Oh, it's a she.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna search the villain's body.
Talk to her.
Okay. But as you lift her up and she screams for her life, we'll continue this in the next session.
Son of a...
Thank you guys for coming back for this episode. I hope that things get interesting from here on out.
Dramatic wounds and 12 wounds. What the fuck?
Yeah, welcome to the Thunderdome, baby.
I'm
Yeah,
not
man.
calling you a
Yeah,
baby. I'm
yes.
talking to my dog who's a baby and wants the attention. Not
You've been skating by every combat, just hanging out, having a good time, drinking Mai Tais.
What's wrong with that? I see nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, and now you take one bullet, and you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I didn't say that either.
But thank you to the audience for joining us as well, and thank you for the raid that popped in at the end. We appreciate you. As always, I want to give you guys a chance to plug whatever you're doing. So let's start with the one who didn't get wounded at all today, Carlos. Peter, what are you up to? Where can we find you online if you want to be found?
Stat Monkey on Instagram. I'm still trugging away at the second edition of Rotted Capes. I just had to finish setting out a few things at the end. Other than that, I'm still trying to get everything in my life out of the way so I could start doing my little Stat Monkey Speaks stream podcast.
Nice. I'm excited for that.
Very nice.
Moving on to our so soft cinnamon roll that got manhandled today. May, Junie, what are you up to? Where can people find you online if you want to be found?
I'm a cinnamon roll. I can be found on the internet. Why? Because I live there. It makes my life so much easier. You can find me here on Twitch, not only on my stream where I'm turning around doing St. Jude's right now, as I'm a St. Jude's ambassador. This is our St. Jude's live dumpster fire. Because even when you're fighting cancer, life can be slightly dumpster fiery. You'll also find me here every other Tuesday and Thursday for Scion and for 7C, and also at McStabber Studios when I am allowed or actually graciously offered a role at some point on Wednesday nights. And you also find me, you gracious, I'm saying that nicely and politely, God. And you also see me Saturday nights as the storyteller for Chicago Hidden City. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And Frecky, the one who took the most damage, but did the most damage by association. Kenny, where can people find you online, and what are you up to?
You can find me personally on the interwebs under Mr. Underscore with the underscore in between each word. You can also find me on this channel. I'm either a pirate. I am also a vampire. I've also been a bird. I've been also a theater major in a one shot that we did recently. Here on this channel, Ravnos Archon. You can also, I'm also starting to get back into streaming myself, like actual games. Last week I was working on 33 Immortals now. The game that actually came out today on Xbox, which is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It's a JRPG style with
it looks good.
as far as it looks really good. I like the storyline. Storyline is something that is in my realm. So I'm going to try that out. And other than that, also, if you like music from the 90s that sounds 90s alternative, you can always check out my music. I play drums for a band called Black Cat. You can find it on Spotify under Black Cat Miami.
Yep. Nice. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for coming back for episode 17. It's been a long road to get here, full of ups and downs. And I think that this next portion of the story is going to be really, really interesting to unfold. But as always, please remember that it is okay to not be okay. And if you need help and you're watching live, there are phone numbers going up in our Twitch chat, so you can find resources and people who want to help you, trained individuals who can help you if you're feeling downtrodden, or like if you need to reach out. Just know that there are people out there who want to help you. If you're not in the United States, or you don't do well with phone calls or text messages, you can always go to findthehelpline.com, because we are not an island. Those of us in the United States are going through some very difficult shit right now with a fascist regime takeover. And so I understand if you need to reach out to some of these people and get some help. I would take advantage of it now before, RFK Jr. dismantles the whole system. So please know that you'll always have at least findthehelpline.com to reach out to. But as always, you can catch us here on Monday for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, Tuesdays for Werewolf the Wild West or Scion 1st edition, and Thursdays, like you just saw, are for 7th Sea or Legend of the Five Rings. And I do pop up on Wednesdays at Mixed Studios, and I will occasionally, when I am graciously invited to join them on a Friday for their Kansas City game, I will get to play Rorik Rakosi, one of the actual members of the lore of Vampire the Masquerade. So you have plenty of places to find me. Please take care of yourselves, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you when we see you guys. Have a good night. Bye.